So I heard that you're interested in learning some yoga. My name is Megan Tyler, and I've been practicing yoga for over a decade now with my own personal practice. And it's been over 5 years of being a teacher and sharing this wonderful form of exercise and movement and introspection and everything that comes along with a yoga practice. But for today, let's start simple. Let's show you just one pose that you can start practicing without even stepping into a yoga class. You can do this at home. It's something that you've maybe seen before that you didn't know was a yoga pose. But regardless, it is a great posture to start with. And it's something that I think we don't realize we need more of. And that is a forward fold, otherwise known as Uttanasana in Sanskrit. So, if you're interested in learning more about how breaking down this posture can help you understand the importance of it and the different variations for what suits your unique body, because we are all different, we all have unique body types, and that's going to affect the shape that we end up in our posture, in the same posture from body to body. So, come on, let's go find those variations and break them down and show you what Uttanasana forward folds can look like for you. And you can start it today after this video, as easy and simple as that. So let's head back to our mat. I've got a few props here to show you how you can modify this posture. But let me show you what it looks like just as is, the shape that you may have seen before. And you may see it and think, I can't get there, because a lot of people think I can't touch my toes. And it's because we don't have the space to get there. And that's okay. There's places you can start before you reach for those toes to work up the foundation and build that foundation to work up to maybe getting there one day or not. And that's okay too. So a forward fold there's many variations of what a forward fold can look like: standing, seated, against a wall. But what I'm going to show you today is a standing forward fold. I like to take my feet separated hip width distance apart. We're going to go for a ragdoll specifically today. So our feet are stacked underneath the hips, hip width distance apart. And we're hinging from the hips. Before we do so, we're lengthening tall through the spine. It might even be helpful to reach those hands high to really find some length from the hips all the way up through the crown of the head. And then hinging from those hips, allowing yourself to fold forward from the hips all the way down to the floor. So maybe my arms start to relax down and maybe they reach to the floor. But as I get there, a lot of people don't realize that what they can do is really bend into the knees to settle the chest on top of the thighs, and then the arms really heavy towards the floor. And then lastly, letting that head relax, letting the neck get loose so that you can waterfall over the thighs, right? So this is what the shape looks like, what you maybe have seen before, and what can be hard for a lot of people to want to try because they think I can't touch my toes. Let's backtrack this. If this is out of reach, there's these handy things called blocks, yoga blocks. I've got two right here. You can also use water bottles or books if you're at home, or something, weights, cereal boxes, anything really that gives you a little extra height to bring the floor a little closer to you, so that when you take your hands down and you forward fold, you aren't having to reach all the way to the floor, right? And these blocks can go a couple different heights to get you there eventually when you have the space to do so, right? Maybe this, with your blocks, bending in the knees, letting yourself settle down, is still a little too much. We still feel tightness or pinching down the back line of the body. What you can do is grab for a chair. Bring that height up a little more. Grab for that chair, put it out in front of you so that you can hinge forward and start to find that fold from the hips at a comfortable spot, right? A place where you feel confident to settle into and stay for a while. You can also, instead of a chair, use a couch, the back of the couch. You can also use your bed as you hang over and relax the chest and the upper body on your bed and just hinge from the hips from there. The idea is, from hinging and folding, we're getting a nice stretch down the back line of the body, right? Down the hamstrings, down into the lower back, as well as strengthening our hip flexors. So we're stretching the hamstrings, the calves, the glutes, the low back, and then we're also strengthening those hip flexors. As well as when you can allow your head to hang below the heart in any of these variations, you are getting slight inversion therapy. You're allowing blood flow to travel in the opposite direction and creating a better circulation in your body with your blood flow, as well as increasing your metabolism. So there's so many benefits to this forward fold, finding that stretch down the back line of the body, right, is so powerful. That stretch can help you move with more ease, can help you just feel better about moving through your days and the movements that you do from day to day that you don't realize that this stretch or a kind of stretch like this can make a huge difference. So when you roll up from that, it's nice to just bend the knees and roll all the way up, come up from that. But that is your forward fold, your Uttanasana. It's a pretty straightforward posture, and it can come in many, many variations. That was just a couple ways that you can modify your standing forward fold to make it more accessible so that you can find that sweet spot for you and your body. That's what's really important, is understanding that it doesn't have to look exactly like what your teacher is showing you. It doesn't have to look exactly like that Instagram influencer that you've seen do the yoga pose, what the magazines say. It doesn't have to be focused on that physical posture and what that looks like, because every body, I'm going to come back to this, every body is going to be different, and your shape in your posture is going to look different from body to body. So keep that in mind and really understand the importance of breaking these down, breaking your postures down to understand how you can utilize props or how you can slightly adjust your shape so that it suits your body. Because when we stretch, we don't want to feel pinching. We don't want to be overstretching. That's where the pinching is. We want to feel a kind of gentle sensation that covers all the area, right? That's not in one particular area that's yelling at you. It's something that you can find comfort within the discomfort of breathing into, right? So understand that stretching is so important for your muscles. If you don't understand why people stretch, then you need to do more of these kind of videos. I hope this helps. Let me know what other postures are really calling out that you want to learn more about. Otherwise, I'm just going to keep rolling them out for you, breaking them down, and seeing what else comes up in our ideas of tutorials to share. So I'll see you next time.